I fled. I fled. I fled the imperfection of society. As my fingers were too cold to handle the hate. Essentially, there are three kinds of living. I don't tell people. They show up and I tell them, but I don't tell. I say there are three kinds. Three kinds of living. First, they don't believe me, and I tell them to shut the door behind them. Go out on the patio, pour themselves a cup of hot steaming Joe. And sit there, and I ask them, you gotta think on the three possibilities. And then I take my show on the road, I leave them on the patio. They're not worthy. I'm an important person. I may seem insignificant to you or that guy, but what does that guy know? He just dropped his glasses. It's a woman. What do I know? So I take my show on the road and I thumb it. And when someone opens the door for me on the interstate, you would think that I would be the lucky one, that I would be grateful to receive a ride to Utopia with this person because I'm hitchhiking. But I don't get in the car with just anyone, and I could be out there on the side of the road for hours with my travel case. And when someone rolls down the window, you know how that goes. Because the people who pick up hitchhikers like me, they don't have power windows. If they did, I would tell them to keep driving. And I said to them, before you can take me to Utopia, where she awaits. Utopia means nowhere. Where she awaits. Before you can take me to Utopia, you gotta answer these three questions. Well, these three realities. Do you know what they are? They roll up the window and they go. It reminds me of recently I was talking to somebody. I hadn't really talked to them yet, but I was attempting to talk to them. And I sent them a voice message on Messenger. And it was so kind and loving that they shut me out of their life. So I threw them out on the patio and I said, take a cup of Joe and figure it out. The three possibilities. A lot of people come and they visit me and they knock on my door and they find I'm not home. But there's a note. First they have to open the screen door and then they find the note. One lady, she came up to my door. And the door itself is in an undisclosed location because the house itself is undisclosed. But if you're in the know, you will show up at my door looking for the answers to the three realities. She knocks, she sees the note, she pulls it open, the screen door, and then she sees the three. And I'll do my best to mimic her face. Because I wasn't there, but I know how these things go down. I am a telepathic, clairvoyant empath. So, what are the three realities? I hardly found your door. This house is floating. The house is floating in the void, and you... fucking asshole. Fuck you. It's hard enough. There are a million people out there who are giving me solutions. My boyfriend, he left me. He's going and he's hitchhiking to your Utopia. He thinks there's some better woman out there for him. One with big tits. So fuck him all day long. It's a dream. It's a fantasy, these guys. And fuck you. Who are you? Who are you to tease me when he's out there? I just want the three answers. She's a mess. I left her there. I'm a telepathic, clairvoyant empath. I know she'll be okay. But it's not easy. People are toxic. That's why I'm a survivalist. I go out on the road for my utopia. And I leave behind a trail of breadcrumbs for people who want to follow me to Utopia. And when I greet them on the road, and I ask them the three questions, they leave me on the side of the road. And that's not fair. That's not cool. How am I going to get to Utopia? Yo, man. Do you know the way? Because I've got a great deal for you. In Utopia, man. You think you're a badass with these three... What are they, man? Three questions? Three realities? You should see this bitch, man. Fucking voluptuous. She's sweating sensuality, and all you got is your three questions. You're living in your head the whole time, your whole life. Three questions, three realities. Let's go. Once I read about this woman in classified section of the newspaper, I quit my job. I left my girl. I decided that nothing was worth nothing until I held this woman in my arms. Oh, man. My girlfriend, she begged me not to go, but fuck that. I'm going to Utopia, man, and I'm thumbing it. I tell you, there's no way that you're gonna get into anybody's car. You just keep asking them those questions. Do you know? Do you know the answer to my three questions? The three realities, man. The three realities. You think you're gonna go and you're gonna seduce that utopian woman over there on the west coast? Oh, man, I don't have to. I just show up. I just show up. And maybe I just came all the way from Atlanta for you. I'm a gorilla. Let's go. Now she's not gonna do that, man. Ha! That woman is an angel. She's not gonna just accept some fucking ragamuffin from Atlanta. You gotta hit her up with three realities. The 3 questions that will take you to the heart of the matter. You don't know shit. I tell you that much. You left your girl. What do you think your girl's doing right now? She's at home trying to keep herself together? Ah, fuck that, man. You know that story, like the Buddha, he left his wife, he had to go. My girl should be fine. Besides, when I get to Utopia, I'm gonna bring my girl with me. Oh, fuck that, man. Your girl's she's not gonna come to Utopia, not when you're like salivating on the utopian woman over there. I don't think you understand. When you and me get in that car and you shut your mouth and you don't ask that person about the 3 realities and the 2 of us and that person drive across country, you're gonna see what I see, what I woke up with one morning after a dream. I told my girl, I said, honey, I gotta go. Utopia is waiting for me. I mean, she just thought I was a little bit crazy, but I'm not crazy. You are always talking. Well, I'm gonna go with you then. I'm gonna go. I can't live without you. Well, you're gonna have to live without me. I can't. But you're gonna have to. You are so full of shit, you know that. There's nothing other than this. There's no utopia. See, that's the kind of thinking that fucks people up. That's why I had to leave. You tell me there's nothing better for my life than the imperfections of society? You're so fucked up too. I'm the only sane person here. I'm the only sane person. You just made those 3 questions up, right? You had your little community over there. Where was that? North Carolina, 3 communities, 3 questions, whatever you do. You had desperate people showing up on your doorstep, wanting to know the answers. You don't even have the courage. Oh, I don't have the courage. I don't have the courage. You just left your girl for some. What if we're both wrong? What if there is no utopia? What if we're just hitchhiking across the country? Nothing, man. I haven't even seen any cars coming for 2 hours, and you gotta pop them with the 3 questions, so shut the fuck up with those questions. Why are you looking that way? Well, there's no car. If the car's coming that way, we're going back to where we came from. What about that dude, that ex-Marine? We are not getting back in the fucking car with the ex-Marine. Discharged. Stop looking that way. I can't help it. I'm looking that way because that's... Whoa. Are you doing that? See? You don't believe the 3 realities. Holy shit, what is that? That's one of the 3 realities. That's my girl. No kidding. Well, what is my girl doing out there on the street? I thought you said you didn't believe in the 3 realities. Hey, baby. What's up? I'm sorry. You look amazing. There's nothing out here. You left me for nothing. You left me for a mirage. You're not gonna survive in a utopia. When you leave Utopia, you are a mess. You see all the imperfections of life for an idea. She doesn't exist. Not if I don't exist. You'll never find her if you didn't find me. What the fuck was that? That was one of the 3 realities. You're probably wondering, what are the 3 realities? The 3 realities are 3 possibilities. If you show up at my door, I'm gonna run a flash sale on the 3 realities. $97 for a 3-month program. Every month we go through one of the realities. But what just happened here with my new friend is that he got engrossed in the first reality unconsciously, and me being a clairvoyant telepathic empath, I materialized his unconscious. He left a woman for another woman. He left a deteriorated idea for an upgraded idea. He was not present to the utopia, and he fled to another one. He was generating these poles of dystopia, and they collapsed upon him. He's there on the side of the road waiting for someone to pick him up. I met him out here on the side of the road. And someone was waiting to pick me up. No one's picked us up. I'm still here. It's cold. I'm meditating. I'm going through the documents. Of the 3 realities. I'm just hoping that no one comes and throws me in jail. My toes are cold, but I'm running a flash sale on the 3 realities right now. I'm trying to promote it. A lot of people show up. They're lost. They're bedraggled. They're bewhiskered and wizened. They've had enough. They fancy themselves survivalists, aka nincompoops. I'm lonely. I am lonely. I'm lonely. No one believes in me. I'm here, floating above the Pacific Ocean, and no one is here. People get really close, and then they drop off the planet like flies. And they're very, 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 very confused. Could be what they're eating. Could be because why are you confused? Have you ever met a seagull? Over the ocean, the seagulls here, they swirl around in clouds and uplift me and hold me like Venus on a half shell. I am Venus. No one believes in me. Everybody gets really close, but they do the stupidest things. They think that somehow they can find Venus if they get rid of Aphrodite. But how is that when Aphrodite is the Greek version of Venus, the Roman goddess of love? At least it's warm out here above the ocean in the sunlight. These survivalists. So close, so convoluted, so desperate, such resolution and clarity in this transcendental mind, rejecting all the imperfection of society for some sensual reward, some sexual gift that I apparently represent. I haven't seen any yet. So I've been out here for 1,000 years, and I tend to age. I'm beautiful, but not in the way that people necessarily understand. Would you give up everything? Would you give up anything just to behold me? Just to behold me, that's foolishness. And you're not going to ravage me, or ravish, rather. That's not going to happen either. You're going to see me, but maybe just for a second, because you don't have the capacity to really see me for much longer than that. All your ideas of me, well, you filter me. You are outside of your life. Can you see how much you warm your hands with the imperfections around you? That you create the heat to warm your numbed body through these imperfect ideas of perfection. 3 realities. What a beautiful idea. Survive. Thrive. Nescience. What is the nescience? It's the shimmering transparency. I have all these men traveling across the country to come and see me. They're so adorable. Some will see me for a second as they stand on the beach, wearing only their toes. And then the sand being the sand, and the ocean soaking the sand, and they will be swallowed into the beach. And they will be gone because of what they gave up to come and see me. They were so violent. I cannot reward them with anything more than just a moment of my beatific face. They wanted release, they wanted salvation, they wanted enlightenment. So I annihilated them right there with a beam of light. Because I am love and light. That's what Venus does. So if you come and see me, you will die. That's what I can do for you. You want to survive. You're a survivalist. You want to thrive. You're a thrivalist. But I will give you the 3rd reality. I give you nescience. The shimmering transparency of the violence that you committed to come and see me. I understand it very well. You wanted to be transported into an alternate reality. You wanted your flash sale. 3 possibilities, 3 months. I'll give you 3 seconds to understand why you had to flee. You crave the annihilation, and I will give you the annihilation. There. Were you annihilated? Did you just get annihilated? There, I'll annihilate you again. Do you feel it? Are you annihilated? I'll annihilate you once more. You're just not getting the picture. Do you feel it? I can only annihilate you so many times before I get bored. I'm bored. No one's coming. I get all dressed up. I put on my finery. I'm in my lingerie. My hair is down. I'm practically reeking sexuality and sensuality and love and light and bliss and beauty, and no one can make it past Wyoming. Everybody's got their criteria for seeing the goddess of love. Just the ones who can make it out of society, who can redeem civilization by taking one step beyond the pale. They come up with their ridiculous demands on each other. They won't even get into the car that takes them here, and they're thumbing across the country. And they annihilate each other. They're not going to be annihilated by me. I'm too much for all their ideas, all their excessive thinking, excogitation, hypercerebral meditation and contemplation. If you know what it means to be annihilated, would you maybe raise your hand or leave a comment here? A heart, a happy face, a wow, a like. Do you know? When I annihilated you previously, in that moment, did you feel the annihilation of Venus? It's a very distinct flavor of consciousness to be annihilated by Venus. When you have exited society as a survivalist and you're thumbing it across the country to redeem yourself from the violence that you left behind for a violence that is too subtle and sublime. You will sink into the sand, and you will dissolve and evaporate, disappear, dematerialize, and maybe, if I'm feeling charitable and cherish you, you will be resurrected in another form. You will be resurrected in the form of the imperfection that you fled. You're a survivalist. But you will not thrive until you enter the carcass. Every carcass must be animated. And if there's only one divinity and goddess that could do that, it would be me. There you are, with your three realities, hitchhiking, with your buddy, hey man, what are those three questions again? Really? Really? I have a flash sale, but no one is buying. It's not enough to simply buy my flash sale and show up on the West Coast and behold my visage. You have to go through all the steps of the flash sale. Because it is true, there is a utopia waiting. It's not on the West Coast. It's got nothing to do with the divinity. But if I take you through the steps of the flash sale, you'll realize the true location of the utopia. You open the door. It could be any door. And behind that door, behind that door is that annihilation. That you're fleeing for the annihilation that you don't understand, that you typify, that you project, that you believe, that you have faith in, that you posit, that you postulate, that. I'm going to show you again. I'm going to give you a little taste of the flash sale program. It's called The Annihilation of the Heart. It's led by me, Venus. It's $97. And what we're going to do every day from here until the end of the 3 months is I'm going to broadcast a signal from the Pacific that's going to irradiate the entire planet, and it's going to annihilate your heart with mine. And this is just for $97. You won't even have to hitchhike across the country like those nincompoops. I have an agenda. I'm tired of people disappearing in the sand, dying to behold me. Why should I be a murderess? Just because you don't have your act together, just because you're fleeing from the conjured imperfections of your civilization and you cannot thrive and you fancy and fantasize the phantasmagoria of perfection as a utopia on the other side of your country, of your planet, of your reality, and then you have to die because I have to murder you and annihilate you with my heart because you leave behind all this stuff. You have no relation to this stuff. You get so angry and violent and you leave your beloveds behind for some other beloved. I don't exist. Not for you, I don't. You materialize me with your vain perspectives. I only exist as that annihilation that you crave. You crave the goddess of love. So I want to tease you one more time. It's not a genital tease. But if you will just consent for a moment, I would like to annihilate you once again. And just stay with me here. How does it feel to be annihilated by my heart? So you don't have to make the journey, you don't have to hitchhike. Will that be Visa or MasterCard? Thank you for watching today. Thank you for allowing your heart to be annihilated. Thank you for forgoing all the subtle violence that you would commit to find me on the other side of the globe. Because you don't need to, since I just annihilated you.